What's going on, folks? So I had a band reach out to me and ask if I would check out their brand new song here. The name of this band is Siege Perilous, and the name of this song is Sons of the Verdant. And I was like, of course, I'd be more than happy to check this out. I've never listened to this band before. I've actually never heard of this band until they reached out to me. So I'm really excited for this. They have a new EP coming out August 23rd, I believe. And between now and then, they have a few other singles that are going to drop. But this one just released. I'm really, really curious for this. So let's see what we got, shall we? Rangers, go. Interesting song here. I wasn't quite sure what to expect to begin with, but it's a little bit different than I anticipated. I really like the melodic guitar work. There were some really, really great riffs, some really great melodies on the guitar, and the guitar was really kind of the backbone of the song, really driving it and everything. There weren't really like symphonic elements or anything like that. So it's like the guitar was really the heart and soul of the song, between the riffs and the melodies and all that good stuff. But it was done really, really well. I enjoyed the guitar work quite a bit. And then another thing that I really liked was the powerful vocals. I certainly wasn't expecting that sort of vocal style. And so I really liked that. Right when it started in the very first verse, I was like, oh man, all right. There's some real oomph to the vocals. There's some nice grit to the vocals. And they just sound very, very strong. So it's like, whereas the guitars are kind of the backbone of the song and all that, the vocals really kind of help drive the song and really help kind of grab the listener and kind of demand attention. Like, hey, pay attention to this. So it was really cool. I really enjoyed that style of vocals and, really commanding, commanding presence to the vocals. So that was really, really neat. And, the other musicianship and all that stuff was solid. There was some good drum fills in there, some nice kind of marching, almost, drum rolls, stuff like that. So that was really cool. And, it all worked together well. I really liked the vocals. Well, I liked the intro. You get that nice melodic guitar that you kind of hear throughout the song. In addition to just, some solid riffs just propelling the song. But so you had that nice melodic kind of intro with the music, and then the verse kicks in. I really like the verses of this song. That works really well. Like I said, there's some nice grit to it, and it just kind of pulls you in. It's like, hey, look, listen to this. So I thought the verses were really well done. The chorus, it's interesting because this song, it does some interesting things that, it might be one of those things you got to listen to it more than once and all that, because when I do a reaction here, it's like, this is my first time listen and that's all I have to go off of. I hear it once and I try to just give my thoughts on the first listen. That's why it's like a first time reaction. So it can be difficult sometimes to really come to terms with a song and all that stuff just off the one listen. But, there were some things done that, are a bit jarring in my opinion that didn't quite land. But first and foremost, you have that chorus and it just... It feels like, it just doesn't go anywhere. The chorus I feel like is just a little bit too much... straightforward, just a little too straightforward. You kind of have the rhythm of the verses, and then the chorus doesn't really take it an extra step or anything. It just gets a little bit redundant. Just a very deliberate nature of the delivery of the chorus. And like I said, nothing wrong with the vocals. I really like the vocal style. It's just there's not really a melody per se in the chorus. It just is kind of a delivering of lines in a relatively rhythmic nature, which I guess is like the definition of just a melody, but it doesn't really have much movement, I guess is where I'm going with that. It's just very contained and just in a rhythmic delivery without much movement therein. And so distinguishing between kind of like the verses and the chorus, there's not much that really sets the chorus apart. It just feels like it doesn't go anywhere. Like the song is begging for the chorus to have some nice movement, to kind of soar a bit, because you have this powerful energy in the song within the verses and in the guitar work and the music and all that stuff. And then for the chorus to not really go anywhere, it just feels like there's like this pent up energy in the song, and it just needs to soar, and so it really just kind of is missing that anthemic kind of grab your sword and go to battle kind of vibe, because the rest of the song, it kind of has that feeling to it. Like I said, it's got that powerful energy. And the chorus, it just kind of leaves you hanging, I feel like, because it just doesn't go anywhere. It's just very, very straightforward and very, very contained with not much of a melody in there. So I would have really liked a kind of anthemic chorus that is kind of like a call to arms or something to really get the fist pumping. But it just doesn't. It just doesn't. So the chorus, it just needs something in there, something to make it pop, but it just kind of falls flat. And then you have, which is kind of like, I guess, like the bridge, just kind of a random kind of couple throwaway lines in there that just doesn't really add anything to the song, and it just feels almost out of place the way that it is. And then you get the bridge, the guitar solo and all that stuff, which is done really well. And I like, there's moments in the song where it's just instrumental. It kind of lets the song breathe, kind of, contributes to the feeling or the mood of the song. So that was done well. But there's just a couple times where there's just like a random couple throwaway lines that just feel out of place. And then at the end of the song, I believe after the bridge, you kind of get the chorus again. And then all of a sudden you get that like outro thing, which is just kind of random also. It just, I don't know, it just didn't quite land for me. But the one thing I will say about that outro is, as much as it just feels a little bit out of place, that should have been the chorus. It has all the qualities of a chorus, but it kind of follows the final chorus and is somewhat of like the outro of the song. So it was just kind of weird the way that it was. But like I said, the thing I will say about that outro piece, going into the Sons of the Verdant and all that stuff, and there's a lot more movement in that piece than there is in the chorus. So that feels like that should have been the chorus, because when I was listening, I was like, okay, this, where are they going now, after that final chorus? But then I was like, oh man, this is kind of cool. This kind of gets the blood pumping a bit more. This kind of has that fist pumping quality, a bit more of a melody than the chorus. And I was like, this is what I wanted from the chorus, but it's like this outro. So very, very interesting the way that was done. But in my opinion, that outro should have just been the chorus. And the chorus that was there should have kind of just been done away with. And I think that would have helped lend a different quality to the song, a bit more of a memorable quality to the song, and a bit more of that kind of fist-pumping, anthemic, melodic chorus that I felt was lacking. So, yeah, there's a lot of things here done really well, but, the structure of the song was a little bit odd in spots, and that chorus just needed to be reworked or just replaced by that outro, and then not have that outro. Instead, just kind of have like a musical outro or what have you. So that's really my thoughts on the song. There's a lot of talent here. The production quality is really solid. The mixing and mastering, all that good stuff. It sounds nice. It sounds polished. The vocals sound great. The guitar work sounds great. I love the melodies. And, it's just the structure of the song that could be reworked. And like I said, outro, swap that for the chorus. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I'm very, very curious to hear more from this band. Some of the singles they got dropping before their new EP in August. And yeah, this is a band I'm definitely going to keep on my radar. So thank you so much to the band for reaching out to me and asking me to check this out. I'm definitely intrigued. And yeah, the band's got a great sound. And like I said, I'm very curious to hear what else they got. So let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this song? Have you heard of this band before? Have you listened to some of their previous work? How does that stack up to this song? Are you looking forward to more songs from this band and for the EP in August? Let's talk about it all in the comments below. And I'll catch you all next time. Ranger, out.